Hey everyone, Ben again with Swift English. So we're going to take another look at TOEFL Writing Task 1, Integrated Reading Notes. Okay, so here's another example. We have this reading passage right here. So we're reading this. A little over 2,200 years ago, the Roman Navy attacked the Greek port city of Syracuse. So this is just background information, background sentence, right? According to some ancient historians, the Greeks defended themselves with an ingenious weapon called a burning mirror. And here they're elaborating on it whenever they use a colon. A polished copper surface curved to focus the sun's rays onto Roman ships, causing them to catch fire. However, anytime you run into something like this, there's kind of like a surprise element. Something's changing here. Something's different. However, we have several reasons, pay attention to that word, to suspect that the story of the burning mirror is just a myth. Basically, it's just a story. It's not real. And the Greeks of Syracuse never really built such a device. So we have words like myth, right? Never. So they don't agree with this, theory. So what you're going to do here. All right. So for the writer's main argument or main point, you can write like something like this: story, burning mirror. It's just a myth. You don't have to put the just. It's pretty obvious. That's it. They never built such a device. But this is for yourself. Just keep it short, to the point. And sometimes you can use abbreviations, reductions, symbols, just to make things a little bit easier. All right. So first, the ancient Greeks were not technologically advanced enough to make such a device. Okay. So this is the argument they're making here, and we know this is about reasons, so I have my reason 1 ready to go. So ancient Greeks, this is my symbol for not, technologically advanced enough to make such a device. Okay, there we go. You don't have to have all the words, but just enough for you to understand what's going on here. And if you don't understand it well, later on, during the response phase, you can refer back to the reading passage. Okay, so here, let's see if there's like maybe a detail that kind of proves their point here, right? A mirror that would focus sunlight with sufficient intensity to set ships on fire would have to be several meters wide. Okay, moreover, this is just adding extra related information. The mirror would have to have a very precise parabolic curvature. They kind of elaborate on what that exactly is, a curvature derived from geometric shape known as a parabola. The technology for manufacturing a large sheet of copper with such specifications did not exist in the ancient world. Okay, so here, this is way too elaborate. I just need some kind of proof for this claim. So I'm actually gonna write this sentence down right here. So this here explains why it wasn't technologically advanced enough, sound enough. So I come back to my notes, and here I can basically put BEC. That's my symbol for because. You could write B\C, or BC, whatever you like. So okay, technology for manufacturing large sheet copper with these specifications didn't exist in the ancient world. It's like something like that, right? Now obviously you're gonna have a reason 2 and a reason 3 because that's the pattern here. Second, the burning mirror would have taken a long time to set the ships on fire. Okay, so that's the second reason based on this reading passage. So burning mirror. Now, if you're familiar with this, just put BM, use a symbol here. That way you don't have to write out everything every single time. It's really annoying. So would have taken a long time to set ships on fire. Okay, I usually leave the prepositions out. I could usually remember that. If you can't, maybe practice including the prepositions in the beginning. Okay, so what is a reason for this, right? Or do we have an example for this? Let's see. In an experiment conducted to determine whether a burning mirror was feasible, right? Whether this was possible, it was logical, A device concentrating the sun's rays on a wooden object 30 meters away took 10 minutes to set the object on fire, and during that time, the object had to be unmoving. It is unlikely that the Roman ship, and so this is kind of the conclusion to it, stayed perfectly still for that much time. Such a weapon would therefore have been very impractical and ineffective. Okay, so what I would do is you're gonna take this and just extract the part that you really need. So this is kind of like an example because they went into this experiment right here. So there's this experiment. You can put EXP if you want. So done, so conducted, I'm just gonna use my arrow there to determine. Burning mirror was feasible. So a device and how, so we have device, concentrating the sun's, so concentrating on the sun's rays on a wooden object 30 meters away took 10 minutes. Okay, so it was concentrating sun's, oh, my keyboard's rays wooden object, took 10 minutes to set on fire, and it had to be unmoving. All right, so that's a key point. Maybe you could put like object had to be unmoving. Okay. J. All right, now you come to the last point, third. There you go. Or they might say like finally, lastly. They might not always say first, second, third. Just be aware of that. A burning mirror does not seem like an improvement on a weapon that the Greeks already had, the flaming arrows. Okay, so we take this bit right here. And again, I'm gonna write BM. I don't wanna, write everything out because it'll slow me down and then the 3 minutes, will disappear. So does not seem, that's a negative word. Use an X here. Like an improvement. And here I might just, do something like this sometimes. On a weapon that Greeks already had. So you could just put like flaming arrows, something like that. Now, is there a reason for that? Do they have an example of what they mean, right? So let's see. Shooting at an enemy's ships with flaming arrows was a common way of setting the ships on fire. Okay, but doesn't really tell me, why that is, right? Why it's not an improvement. The burning mirror and flaming arrows would have been effective at about the same distance. There you go. That's it. And when you read the last sentence, so the Greeks had no reason to build. This is just a takeaway point. So this right here, you would write as because. You want to get into the specifics of why that is. Burning mirror and flaming arrows. So would have been effective at, about same distance. Maybe something like this. And there you have it. So this is another example of, reading notes when it comes to writing task 1 integrated. So I hope you like this. Please, hit the share button, share it with your friends and family, hit me up at the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.